Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Tonight? This morning? Good morning to you. You live in a shoe. I just got up from a nap. A very long nap. It's 11:29. And I am going to vlog for exactly 31 minutes tonight because I have a bunch of stuff I want to do. I want to listen to my new audiobook for Dope Sick, and I also want to well, I started the movie Let It Snow last night, so I want to watch a little bit more of it, and then I'd like to watch some Dracula, but at the same time not get up too late tomorrow because I have things that I need to do. So can we just talk about this hairdo right here? My hair is like sticking out straight right there. And I'm gonna open my Coca-Cola that I took from Aaron's house before we were leaving. We brought home so much food from our Friendsgiving. And so they were like, just take it, we don't want it here. And so everybody was taking food. We had such a great time. And so I was like leaving, and I said, I was getting something out of the fridge, and I said, oh, Eric, can I take a Coke too? He's like, yeah, we got a bunch of it, take a Coke. So I took a Coke. I was so excited. I was like, I'm gonna save that for my vlog. Oh, tastes so good. I love a Coke in a can. I don't know what it is about soda in a can, but I really like soda in a can. I like looked over there, I was like, do you ever think you know somebody and then you're like, no, I don't know them? So, my car was doing that funky thing again today. It just like did it at one point, and I'm like, if it keeps on doing that, I'm gonna have to, I just got gas and filled up my tank. Oh, I wanted to see how much it took me to fill up my tank. If my car keeps on doing that, I'm gonna have to take it in to get it looked at because that worries me. My car's like not even a year old yet. 53.87 to fill up my tank. I mean, my car is a 2017, but I haven't owned it for longer than a year, so that kind of worries me. And the reason that I'm putting a time limit on my vlog tonight is last night I vlogged for an hour and a half. It was like an hour and 28 minutes, and I had no idea that it went that long. And I'm getting tired kind of in the evening, so I'm gonna try to vlog, and then I don't want to listen to my audiobook and things like that. And so because that stuff is important to me, if I do a really long vlog, like the next day will probably be a little bit shorter and things like that, so that they kind of like balance out. But we have our live stream for the book club a week from tonight, and I just can't prolong it anymore because I have to have the book done. Like I have to have it done, and I don't want to be down to rush hour. And last time I didn't finish the Iceman in time. That was our book for last month, in time for the book club, and I don't want to do that. Like I would prefer to go into this weekend having already finished the book. So that's my goal. I used to listen to like audiobooks like 3 hours a day. But the thing is that I like to really listen to music or talk on the phone, you know, throughout the day, or just be silent as well, you know. And so anyway, let me tell you how our day started, first of all. So Pee-Pee, because of his heart medicine, you know, he pees a lot, right? And it's been kind of like a constant thing since he's been on the heart medicine. I've talked about it on here a lot because he's on this Lasix, and he's now on another medicine as well. So he's on 4 medications because the other one's for like the heart disease, or is for the kidney disease. And both of them together kind of affect him having to go to the bathroom a lot. So we have him on the schedule where we literally take him out, like, you know, every hour, every 2 to 3 hours, like during the night. And then we try not to give him, like, let him drink a lot of water before he goes to bed, because then he has to pee. Well, last night, when I got home, I like ate some stuff and was watching the episode of Dracula, and he was like running around he and Tucker were like running around the kitchen and stuff. And so I think he was like up and drinking water, and he was like eating the rest of his dinner that was left over and stuff. And I took him out before he went to bed, but he must have peed sometime in the middle of the night, like on the tiles in the bathroom. That's usually where he goes, is in the bathroom. And it's kind of funny because he like pees like over by the toilet, which is weird. But it's always like, because he's such a small dog, it's always just like a little small, you can like not even see it, right? And so we keep upstairs like paper towels and like, you know, cleaner and stuff like that, because the little guy can't help it, you know what I mean? And he's potty trained. All 3 of our dogs are potty trained, so he can't help it. And he, you know, he does his best, and like that, he'll try to wake us up, and like he goes and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know if we just didn't hear it or not. So Alex got up this morning before me, and he was in the bathroom, and he had like seen that, you know, pee-pee had peed, and so he like got the Windex out and the paper towels, and he like cleaned it up, and he came back in the bedroom, and I was like half asleep, and he said, be really careful when you go into the bathroom. I just cleaned up the floor, like the pee-pee had an accident and it's wet, because I literally just cleaned it up. Oh, I was getting up and to go to the bathroom, and you know, like when you get up and you're like half asleep, and so I was like walking into the bathroom, and Alex was like, be careful, I just cleaned it up, it's wet in there by the toilet. And it was like a foot from the toilet to the left. I literally like, I mean, he had just cleaned it, right? So it was like still like Windex wet. I literally, like my foot like went like that, and I fell, and I tried to catch myself, and I caught myself on my knee, and my knee is like busted. I have to call him this a little bit. And my knee is like busted. Like busted. It hurts so. I just sat there, and Alex came running into the bathroom. He's like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I didn't see, because we have like, you know, white tile in our bathroom. We keep it super clean anyway, so you can't really see like where it's ever like, you know, like if you would get down there and like clean it with like a, you know, a wet paper towel or something like that, you can't really see where it. So, and I was half asleep, and I was just like, oh my God. So he came in there. I was in so much pain. I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So anyway, yeah, there was that this morning. That was how I woke up. And then I sat on the edge of the bed for a second, and I took a nap, and then I took a shower, and got ready, and we went to Friendsgiving. And I got up kind of a little bit later than I had planned to, so, because I wanted to go to bed early, but that just didn't happen after I got home and was watching Dracula. So I was like, I'm just going to go to Friendsgiving, and I'm going to really enjoy Friendsgiving, and then I'm going to come home and take a nap. And we ended up staying over there later than we thought we would. And I'm like, I'm going to stay, you know, just enjoy the day and be with my friends and be with my family and my husband and stuff. And I'm just going to enjoy the day. Like, I'm not going to stress out about, you know, like, oh, because there were videos that I wanted to make. And I was like, you know what? It's like, this is more important for me today. So I went into, like, when I got up, I was like, I'm not going to make any videos. Because I said, if I didn't make videos in the morning, I wasn't going to make them. So I knew, like, going, and it was really, like, relaxing to not think to myself, okay, when I get home, like, I want to make this video, I want to make that video, and I, you know, before I take a nap and whatever. And we had such a great time. It was our friends Melissa and Jason, you all know them. And then it was Aaron and Eric, and y'all know them. And then it was 1, 2, 3 other couples that we're close with. That it's like the 6 of us as couples like do things together. Like we always do New Year's together, and we do like stuff in the summer together, and you know, we've all been a part of each other's weddings and stuff like that. So it's fun. And well, I introduced Aaron and Eric together, which is kind of funny. So but we had a really good time, and there was so much food. Oh my God. So Melissa made the turkey. Of course, I can't have turkey. And then she brought, I can't remember what else she brought, but Erin made green bean casserole, which was okay. She said, I'm not making this green bean casserole next year, because she said nobody wanted to eat it. And nobody really did eat it. So anyway, there was green bean casserole, and then she made this corn, like this, it was like a corn casserole, but it was like a corn stuffing. Oh my God. We were all going crazy. It was so good. It was so delicious. So she had that. And then our one friend brought mashed potatoes, which were absolutely delicious. And then there was stuffing, but I couldn't have the stuffing because Melissa had actually had the stuffing in the turkey. And then what else was there that I loved? Oh, our other friend made sweet potatoes, and she made it with like this brown sugar topping and stuff, and I love sweet potatoes, and it was so good. And we brought rolls and croissants, and there was more food than that. I can't think of what else there was. I mean, there was cranberry sauce and, you know, a relish tray and all of that. It was just really fun. We had a good time, and half of us sat at the dining room table and the other half were like downstairs watching football. And then 2 people brought their kids. There's usually like, well, and Aaron and Eric's daughters, she showed up because she had like spent the weekend at her dad's house, and she's been in some of my booktube videos way back in the day. But anyway, she showed up late, and so she grew up around all of us, so she was like sitting in the living room like telling everyone. By then we were all like in the living room, and it was like all of us except for like 3 of the guys, and they were like, we were all talking about like true crime books and American Horror Story and stuff. We were all talking about like our favorites. It was just really a fun day. It was just really fun and relaxed, and nobody dressed up. And well, our one friend she always dresses up, but everybody else was just kind of you know, laid back and whatever. I actually put some of it up on my Instagram story. I'm trying to do more on my Instagram story, so like things that I wouldn't necessarily show on my vlog, like my family and barbecues and, you know, Friendsgivings and things like that. If I don't put them on my I'm doing a little obstacle course here. If I don't do them on my vlog, I'm gonna put them on my Instagram story. So if you want to see that stuff, go follow my Instagram story. A Coke tastes good. It reminds me of my grandma. My grandma used to always get little Coke bottles and cans of Coke, and then she had these metal coasters. I don't know why I remember that, but so anyway, yeah, it was just a really good day, and it was really nice. And we stayed there. We got there at, well, okay, this is so funny because we're always like the last ones to get anywhere, and Alex and I were the first ones to show up. And then our other friends, who it's like the 2 of them, like they're always late and we're always late. And they're always late because she's always like changing her outfit or costume at the last minute. And we got there and we're like, I can't believe we're like the first ones here. And Aaron was laughing at it. So anyway, and then we got there at like 1:15, I think, and everybody else got there between like 1:30 and 2, and we stayed there till like 6:30ish, I think. It was fun. We had such a great time. And yeah, and then what else was I gonna say? I don't even remember. And then we came home and we took the dogs out and we fed the dogs again, and we're trying to feed them a little bit less, but twice a day instead of just, because they usually just eat like once a day, which is what the vet had recommended. But they seem to do better like when they're at the kennel and they like eat a little bit less, but twice a day. And so I'd asked the vet and she was like, yeah, that's totally fine. So we're doing that. And they seem to like it. Well, of course they would. Tucker will eat anything that you put down in front of him. So anyway, yeah, there's that. And then we came home, and then Alex was watching The Real Housewives of Orange County, and I started to watch it, but it, to me, it's just like, it's one of my favorite seasons of The Real Housewives, but it just, there was a lot that was going on. I mean, there wasn't a lot of yelling and shouting, but there was a lot of toxicity, and I have to be honest with you, like, I just don't enjoy all of that anymore. Like, in my personal life, in my pleasure life of watching TV or reading books, I just don't enjoy that. So you know, it was interesting because I was like scrolling through Twitter. Like when I got up, I was like, you know, brush my teeth and whatever, and I was like scrolling through Twitter. Do you ever find yourself when you're scrolling through Twitter just like kind of like rolling your eyes, you know, at what people are saying? It's like, seriously. Anyway. And I tweeted out something. I was like, if I actually said what was really on my mind as I was scrolling through Twitter, and all these people were like, go for it, say it, because, you know, I mean, people always love, like, you know, drama, and it's not even really drama. There's not really anything I mean, it's anything from, I mean, celebrity tweets to, you know what I mean? It's just, it's a lot of things that I just would roll my eyes at, you know? And, it's like I go on Facebook. It's like I feel the same thing on Facebook. It's like I was thinking about this when I was on Facebook. I was like, got on there today, and I was like scrolling through it, and it's literally memes and pictures, but the majority of what it is like people reposting like articles to read and GoFundMe accounts, and which, whatever, that's fine, you know. And then, you know, like political, it's not just even political opinions anymore, it's political opinions backed up by articles, right, that are written by people that have opinions, period. You know what I mean? And it's just because they're, let me prove my point to you of what is right in the world and what is wrong, or let me make you feel a certain way by this thing that I'm posting, you know. And I think we've all done it. I've done it too, you know, like, I'm not just talking about political stuff, but I'm talking about like emotional heartstring kind of stuff. And I was like, do you remember when, I was thinking to myself, do you remember when Facebook back in the day was none of this? It was no like resharing of stuff. It was just, you know, saw my grandma today, she was doing good, you know, happy 94 years, grandma, you know what I mean? Like, it was just stuff like that. It was never any of this, like, kind of craziness, you know, of just, I don't know. And so, like somebody responded to me and said on my tweet that I shared, where I said, if I, if I, you know, sometimes I roll through Twitter or scroll through Twitter, and I, like, if I really said what was really on my mind, right? And I think people have some assumption about what that's about. I mean, it's not like, that's not a loaded response. I mean, it's not about any one thing or any one, it's all of it collectively together, right? And which is why I don't spend a lot of time on social media anymore. And somebody responded in there and said, somebody with like no followers and they don't follow anybody, you know, like one of those accounts, those fakety accounts that just are out there to stir stuff up. And they said, like, we all know that that's what it is, right? You know what I mean? Like, okay, you have like really no real picture, you don't follow anybody real, and you never tweet except for to, you know, respond to somebody, and your account solely exists just to stir shit up. And so they responded and they said, you really should, you would earn more respect. You would get more respect from people. And I thought, if that's the way for me to get respect from people is to show my ass on Twitter, I don't want that kind of respect. Do you know what I mean? Like, if people would respect me more because I got fired up on Twitter and showed my ass, like, I've done that. I've been down that road. I'm not proud of it. You know, when I see other people do it, I'm like, hey, good luck with that. That's your look and that's what you want to do. More power to you. For me, I don't feel good when I'm doing that. It's overwhelming. It's toxic. And it's most toxic to me, you know? And, there was some discussion on like Twitter the other day where somebody was talking about toxicity. You know, I mean, toxicity is something that I think a lot of people talk about, right? And somebody said, they responded to something, maybe it was in something I was reading for one of my videos I was gonna do. And somebody said, in discussing toxicity, sometimes you have to check and make sure you're not the person that's toxic. And I was like, amen, you know? Because that's been one of my biggest, like, evaluative inventory pieces of the last year. Like, what part do I play into all of this? So, like, if I'm gonna sit there and talk about toxicity and chaos, like, what part do I play into that? Have I ever been toxic in situations? Absolutely. Have I ever been the shit stirrer? Absolutely. Have I ever been chaotic in other people's lives or toxic to other people's lives? Absolutely. Do I want to continue to do that? No. Like, that's not who I want to be today, you know? And so I think there's a certain amount of that that's expected with doing drama, and like if you're not super messy, then people are like, well, it's not that interesting. And I'm like, I can have an opinion. And somebody left me a really nice comment today. I gotta step in here. Hold on a second. From toxicity. No, I totally forgot what I was going to say. Oh, I was going to look up this comment that somebody said. It was a really nice comment on one of my videos. I found all these really like high-end shoot, hold on a second. Okay, first of all, happy, healthy, alternative mom commented and said, hey, how are you? She said, I wrote you a handwritten letter and I included a bunch of princess stickers and tattoos, LOL. You never commented about it. It was silly, not creepy, LOL. I'm so sad. I legit wrote it with pencil, thought you'd appreciate it, but alas. I don't think I ever got that. I'm almost positive I never got it, because anything I get, so anything I get at the post office, like I literally bring home and put like in that chair or that table in the kitchen, you know? And I can't find this comment. I thought I screenshotted it, but I guess I didn't, because this is, here's all the pictures of Shane Dawson that I put in. Do you guys want to see what I bought from my front porch? Look. I bought a little tree in poinsettia. But Alex made it look prettier than that. So anyway, he has like the poinsettia on the table, and then he has like the tree like down over, and then I'm gonna put the wreath up. Oh, you couldn't see the wreath from that, but somebody left me the nicest comment, and they said something, and it was like, it was kind of a funny comment. It was like about something like, oh, it was like Peter calls himself a drama channel, refers to himself as a drama channel, and then it was like everyone else waits for Peter's like well thought out opinion or something like that, and doesn't really consider him a drama channel. And I was like, you know, that's kind of interesting. Like, I mean, obviously I am a drama channel, I'm a commentary channel, I know that. I mean, like, I'm not, it is what it is. And I was like, but that was really sweet. And there were like, you know, a lot of thumbs up on the comment, and that was nice, you know. The thing is, when I get sassy and when I get heated in a video and I'm real opinionated, those videos do better. Because it's entertainment at the end of the day. And that's what people want to see. They want to see kind of that, like, you know, entertainment. You know, oh, it's going to stop. Hold on. Okay. They want to see kind of like all that kind of like, you know, entertainment. They enjoy that. And, you know, I'm not always that. You know, I don't. Oh, well, I'm like in my head right now. I'm like, I'm not going to go there. It doesn't need to be said. But yeah, sometimes the social media stuff and all of it is just way too much for me. I don't even know that I think that toxic or chaotic is the word. Like, I don't know. It's just, they're just tweets, you know. It's just not that big of a deal. It's not like I read them and I go, oh, this is so toxic, you know, or whatever. It's just, when I say that, it's like toxic to my mental health at the moment. Like, does this add to me feeling calm in my life or happy, you know? Or I think that's really why, like, I like Instagram a lot. My knee is hurting so bad, you guys. I think that, and I didn't break it or anything. I can tell it's just like sore and bruised. But I think that's part of the reason why, like, I like Instagram and I like Goodreads a lot. Like, Goodreads, like, what? Like, I mean, it's just books that we're talking about over there. And Instagram is just pictures, you know? And so there's not really any, it doesn't ever really get that negative or nasty over there. I mean, with the comments, sometimes, yes, it does and stuff like that. But if you're just scrolling through and looking at the pictures and you're not going through and reading the comments because you're going to do a video about it, or you want to see if somebody's slamming somebody or whatever, like, no, it doesn't really get ever that ugly over there. You know what I mean? And, I don't know. I've just always tried to be like, well, maybe not my first year and a half, you know, I think, but since then, like, on doing the drama, I've really just tried to really share my opinion and, you know, throw in some funny stuff about it that really doesn't have a lot to do with what I'm talking about. I mean, sometimes it is about that, you know, but then it's like, I don't know, it's like interesting to me when people are like, oh, you really go in on somebody. And I'm like, do you watch other drama channels? Like, really? Like, do you watch other drama channels? Because, like, compared to the other drama channels, like, I really don't go in on these people. You know, I really don't. Like, I don't say half the things these people say, and then, you know, everybody else ends up, you know, I mean, like, there's the golden ticket, but they can say what they want to say and I can't, apparently. And I think people think I care. I don't. For me, I'd rather, like, be able to say what I want to say. You know what I mean? Like, I would rather never have a conversation with one of these big influencers. I would rather never get a piece of PR. I would rather never get anything, period, and be able to sit on video and say what I want to say. Like, that is important to me. But I don't know that I can say that has always been the case, you know? And it's hard, too. It's like, you know, I mean, I have had some people send some stuff to me, like, you know, Manny sent me some stuff, and Tati sent me some stuff, and it's nice, you know? It feels nice that they think of you that way and whatever, but, and so I understand it, and, you know, it was like, so Shane Dawson in his final episode put, like, several drama channels in there. I thought it was really cool. I thought, you know, like, we've really come a long way, you know, that, you know, there's not just one or two. I mean, I've been in a couple Shane series, you know, my picture, Rich has been in a couple Shane series and things like that. But, like, to have, like, 5 or 6 people in there, and I was getting all of these messages from people, and they're like, aren't you really upset that you were in Shane series, and aren't you upset about this, and whatever? And I was like, okay, first of all, I knew I wasn't going to be in the series. Second of all, I knew I wasn't going to get any PR because of some things I had said in videos, and I'm okay with that. I'm totally fine with that, you know? And first and thirdly, and most importantly, I'm not really sure that I live in a world where I feel like Shane Dawson owes it to put me in a video. You know what I mean? Like, that's where it's kind of, like, crazy. And I appreciated people, like, you know, being defensive of me and being like, you deserve to be in that series. I don't think let's go back to talking about deserving and worth. I don't think I deserve to be in anybody's video or series. You know, that's a personal choice who they put into it. I was just glad that when I started doing drama 3.5 years ago, and people, whether they like me or they hate me, they can't take this away from me. When I started doing drama 3.5 years ago, it was Sanders Kennedy and it was Karina Kaboom, period. And then I came along. People don't know the history of the drama community. I do. I remember it. I lived it. That was it. It was Karina and Sanders. And Nick Snyder from The Viewer Voice, he was here, but he was doing some completely other, he had what he was doing had nothing to do with what he's doing now. And, so he was like one of the old people, and there were like other people that were around, like Stepanka and people that aren't there anymore. But I was there in the early days of the drama community, right? So I'm happy that I got to be part of that, you know? I got to be part of that whole experience of now it's like back then, none of us even wanted to be called drama channels. And there were literally only maybe 5 total, right? Now there's like 100 drama channels, and there's meme channels, and there's this channels, and there's that channels, and whatever. I think it's cool that Shane Dawson thinks that drama channels have a voice enough that he includes us in a series, you know? Whether it's me or not, I don't really care about that. I'm kind of past caring about that stuff, you know? It's nice to get asked. It's nice to, you know, be in it, but it is what it is. Like, but I can say, in all honesty and transparency, that there was very, very much a time that it was important for me to be in that stuff, that it was important for me, and if I didn't, I would have been like, well, why wasn't I asked, and why this, and I felt entitled, and, you know, there was a time that, oh, I know. My haters are going crazy right now. They're loving that I'm talking about this. They're like, oh, he's still upset about it. He's still upset about it. He's so mad. He's so ate up with that. You think what you need to think. I don't really care. Because at the end of the day, like, my peace of mind is more important. And my peace of mind to me today is that I don't care about that stuff anymore. It really doesn't matter. Shane Dawson's series is going to come and go. Other people's things are going to come and go, you know? And I got to do what makes me happy inside. If I get asked to be part of that stuff, or if I get sent stuff, that's nice. It's really nice, you know? But if I'm not, no hard feelings over it, you know? It's like, it is what it is. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to continue to watch somebody, or that I'm bitter about something, or whatever. You know, there were a lot of people that were in that series that have never been in, you know, a Shane video or a Shane. I got to meet the man, you know? Like, that was really a cool moment for me. And I don't want to take away from other people's things, you know? There were a lot of people that... Now, I did hear that he put some people in there that apparently the quote I'm seeing on Twitter go around is that maybe he should have vetted them a little bit, but I don't know about all that, so we're not going to get into that because I don't know about all that. But anyway, I think that what I've really learned, and I said this in my video the other day, that I'm going into 2020 the happiest I've been on YouTube since I started. And you know, the thing is that I'm at a point where I can say what I want to say, I can do what I want to do, I can make the videos I want to make, my review videos. I love that channel so much. I'm having so much fun with that channel, and I do whatever kind of foolish stuff I want to do over there. You know, my vlog, I get on here and I talk, and you guys listen, and it's so fantastic, and I just feel like I'm part of something that, you know, is really cool. You know, it's not 3 million, it's 3,000 views I get a day, and that's 3,000 people that care enough to listen to what I have to say, you know? And I'm just so full of gratitude and graciousness at the end of 2019, and I look at my life and I think, you know what, you are one blessed MFer, that you have a husband that you have, and a family that you have, and the dogs, and the home, and you get to travel, and you get to, you know, have Friendsgiving, and go do cool stuff, and then on top of all of that, you get to make videos, and you get, you know, so I don't get bent out of shape about the other stuff. I try to be happy for other people today. And that's really who I am, because in the past I have been jealous and envious, and I don't want to be that person today. You know, in the past I have been bitter and angry, and I don't want to be that person today. And so, you know, if you don't want to be, if you have character defects in your life, like this was always what I was taught in sobriety, you know, whatever your character defect is, practice the opposite. So, you know, if you're lacking patience in your life, you have to practice patience, you know? And like my sponsor would, back in the day, have me like hold the door open I had to stand at the door at Speedway gas station and hold the door open for 3 people, you know? To be a good recovery person meant that we take care of our surroundings. And so we would, you know, put up grocery carts and things like that. These very kind of like, you know, Karate Kid practical things. Well, today, for me to practice character defects, the opposite of, then I, you know, if my old character defect was jealousy and envy, then today I have to be happy for people, you know, and really feel it in my heart. Not just say it, but like really feel it in my heart for people, you know? And, you know, if back in the day that I felt entitlement, then today I need to practice humility. And I need to realize nobody owes me a effing thing. They just don't, you know? That's 2 times today in the video. I said MF right, and I said, oh my God, I almost cussed. But you know what I mean? Like, nobody owes me anything. Nobody owes me anything whatsoever. I just love being able to be on YouTube, you know? That's how I feel about it. Yeah, I just miss this whole round of lights. This light here kind of sucks sometimes. But, I guess that's kind of what I'm talking about too with like the toxicity on social media. It's like, I really appreciate people. I mean, I understand people like being supportive of me, but it's like, please don't try to get me riled up about something that I have no emotional attachment to. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that doesn't have to be a social media thing. Like, I've had friends of mine like that, okay? I had a friend of mine, well, she and I are still friends, but we're not in each other's life like we used to be because she's this person, right? You know, like, I'm trying to think of something. Okay, like let's say like Valentine's Day. I'm gonna totally make this up because my husband, he knows Valentine's Day means something to me, so he always does something. And the really big part of that is that Valentine's Day means absolutely nothing to him, right? So the fact that he does anything is a huge gesture. But let's just say if it was like Valentine's Day, right? And I love Stargazer lilies. And let's say if Alex brought home roses, and he knows I'm not a big rose lover, right? Although I do want those boxes of roses. Have you seen those? Those are so cool. Those La Fleur, whatever. They're super expensive. I can basically only afford one flower. I want those flowers so bad, you guys. I want them so bad. But they're like $300, $400, $500 for like a box of those. But anyway, they're called like eternity roses or something. They last forever. I think they would be so cool. Oh my God, if my mom was still alive, I would get her some though, because I think they would be, and my aunt too, they would be so cool to just have on like a table, you know? Like Alex's mom wouldn't appreciate it as much as like they would have, but to just have it on a table kind of perched, I think would be so cool. But anyway, like, you know, like let's say if Alex had brought me home roses, like red roses. I really loathe red roses, okay? I think they're funeral flowers. Instead of because like Stargazer lilies are my favorite. And my friend would be like, oh, Alex brought you roses, not Stargazer lilies. Okay. And I'd be like, well, what? Well, I mean, he knows you love Stargazer lilies. Why do you think he would do that? Like, that's kind of hurtful, don't you think? And I'd be like, well, it's kind of hurtful. I hadn't really thought about that. Well, I'm not trying to get you upset. I'm just saying, you know, like, I mean, Peter, he knows you like Stargazer lilies. Why would he do that? You think it was just a last minute thing and he didn't really think about Valentine's Day? What? He wouldn't have done that. He always thinks about things. And then I'm like, in my head, like, he didn't think about me on Valentine's Day. He didn't. It's not deep like that at all, right? And shit, I got me riled up over nothing. You know what I mean? And I'm like, what is this? So anyway, she has no power anymore in my life. But you know, like, people like that, that is true toxicity, right? What you ought to be asking yourself is, why do I have this person in my life that wants to stir stuff up? So, anyway, I'm just super grateful for my life. You know, I look at every day that I wake up, I'm just like, I have just the coolest life. And I say it a lot because the advice I would give to you guys is, if you're not at a place where you feel like you can say that, start with one thing that you can say that about. Start with one small thing that you're grateful for today. You know, gratitude is this action that kind of explodes like fireworks once it starts, and it snowballs out of control. It's like, start with just one thing that you can be grateful for today. What is just one thing, you know? You know, I know I say stuff about this on the videos a lot, how grateful I am for you, but my thing today is I'm gonna say it again, is I'm so grateful for each and every one of you that watches it, you know? Like, it really is not missed on me. I know that people think that it is, but it's like, you know, I am somebody that watches my numbers on YouTube. I'm not gonna lie about that. I do watch my subscriber count and stuff. And when I see it go up, I'm like, oh, you know, like, I got 5 new subscribers on my vlog today. And I think about that. I think, like, that's 5 people, right? I mean, it's not amiss to me that there's a certain amount of dislikes on my video, and it is typically the same amount on a regular basis. So I'm like, hey, how you doing, haters? It's good to see y'all out there. Glad that y'all came in to visit. Anyway, you know what I mean? It is what it is. So, but, you know, find one thing that you're super grateful for today and start there. Like, if you're somebody that's like, I don't know what to do. Like, I remember I, like, had this friend of mine back in the day, and I was talking to her about gratitude lists and how gratitude lists have really changed my life. And she was like, well, I don't know that I can come, she's like, how many things do you come up with on a daily basis? I go, well, now I come up with like, this is when I was doing it every day. I was like, now I come up with like 20 or 30. I said, but you know, when I started, it was like 5 or, you know, 10 or 10, I think was what I did on a daily basis. And she goes, 10? How do you come up with 10 things that you're grateful for on a daily basis? And I was like, you can't come up with 10 things that you're grateful for? She goes, I know, I really can't. And I looked at her like she was joking with me, and she goes, Peter, I really can't come up with 10 things that I'm not grateful for. And, you know, while I could get real judgy about somebody like that, I also understand that that's not the language that she spoke at the time. That is the language that she speaks today. And she would have no problem sitting down and spinning off a list of gratitude, great things that she's grateful for, 50 plus. She would have no problem doing that. But at that time, that was not the language that she spoke, and she needed to start off small, you know? And she was like, how did you do it? And I was like, I just looked around my life. You know, my dogs, my house, you know, my car, you know, food on the table, clean water to drink, you know? 2 legs, 2 arms that I can see today, you know? The things that I think we take for granted that we should be grateful for, and I don't want to do that, you know. And I think especially, you know, a lot of times around Thanksgiving, you know, in the United States at least, I don't know, in other countries, because they don't celebrate it, we talk about, you know, gratitude a lot with Thanksgiving and things like that. And, you know, I think it's a great time to celebrate all of that and to celebrate gratitude, and to, you know, really take a look at, well, what am I thankful for in my life? Not just as something that we say, not just as something as we stand around in a circle and, you know, like for every Thanksgiving I spent my entire life standing in a circle going around and going, well, I'm really thankful for my Aunt Judy today. But, you know, like really thinking and being like, I'm really thankful for, you know, just like whatever it is. And really one specific thing, one true thing that you can hold to your heart that you're grateful for. So I'm grateful for you guys and every one of you out there that watches my videos. Even you guys too. Even you guys out there. I'm grateful for you too. So anyway, and I'm going to get off here now so that I can listen to I went over. I said I was going to only vlog until midnight, and it's 12:12. So anyway, I'm going to get off here now and listen to my audiobook, and then go home and watch an episode of Dragula. So anyway, I hope you guys are having an amazing Monday and an amazing beginning to your week. Listen, it's Thanksgiving week. It's Black Friday shopping. If you're in college, I get a lot of college students that are watching my vlog now. There's a lot of you out there that, like, message me and they're like, thank you for getting me through finals. I love that. I don't know why, that just cracks me up. And it's always like these girls, and they're like, they're like, hey, thank you for helping me with like getting through my college finals and whatever. So listen, you only have a month left now, okay? Because when you go back after Thanksgiving, you literally have 2 or 3 weeks, and then it's Christmas holiday break. So anyway, I hope you guys are having having an amazing Monday. And do something, you know, exciting today. You're exchanging a day of your life for it. Today is not a dress rehearsal. Life is not a dress rehearsal. And remember that. And make sure that you do something today that will, I don't know, pivotally change your life, profoundly change your life, just in one small way. And practice some gratitude today, too. Start a gratitude list if you haven't. Or just do it for the week, because it's Thanksgiving, you know. Anyway, and if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. Make sure that you look at yourself in the mirror every single day and you do your positive affirmations. It really does make a difference. And you say things that you want to be true about yourself, as well as things that you believe to be true. And sooner or later, those things you don't believe, you will believe. And most importantly, make sure that you pass it on to somebody else and you let them know how much they mean to you in their life and how much they impact your life and in a positive way. we don't need to do that for people that don't positively impact our lives. But they need love too. They need, people that have hate in their hearts need love too, right? We learned that in The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. So, yeah. I don't know, maybe we need to be kinder to those out there that, you know, sometimes, maybe we need to be kinder to those people that don't like us or have, you know, are sad and miserable and have some hate in their hearts. Maybe they would change a little bit. We don't get there, you know, by, I've been that person before, and we don't get there overnight. So anyway, if you're down, if you're feeling lonely, if you're miserable, if you're angry, if you're sad, if you're full of hate tonight, I love you. And I hope you get through it, because nobody deserves to live that life. And I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya!